Nithyananadam. My name is Nithyananadam Swami. I'm a sannyasi in the Nithyananda order, a disciple of His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda. And it's with great pleasure and with Swamiji's blessings I make this video today. In today's video, I'm going to quickly address one of the misconceptions and myths about sannyas. Now, sannyas, very briefly, is basically a Hindu monk, someone who's committed their life to living, learning, and sharing the great spiritual truths from Hinduism for the ultimate goal of enlightenment and sharing that entire science with the world. Now, one of the common misconceptions about a Hindu sannyasi is that they are lonely. Now, I want to make a distinction between being alone and being lonely. Now, the truth is, whether you are a sannyasi, whether you are married, whether you have a huge family, or whether you are a politician or a movie star, you come into this world alone and you leave this world alone. So there's no really big distinction between someone who's a sannyasi and someone who is a non-sannyasi, because at the end of the day, that aloneness is there for everyone. So that's not even a factor. But the difference is the feeling of loneliness that does not exist in a sannyasi, because the whole context of sannyas is a constant communion with the divine. I can say I never feel lonely. I always know Swamiji is with me. And even though I physically, travel around by myself, I physically am doing work where I'm not around other people. And sometimes I get asked the question, don't you feel lonely? And I can never answer that question as a yes. It would just feel, it's just not true. And even the question of, do you feel alone? Which is more like a physical tense. Even if I have no one around me, I can honestly say I never feel alone, because Swamiji is always with me. His presence is with me. He's in my heart. He's in my mind. He's in my being. So it would be a lie to say I feel alone. And this is such a beautiful experience to have on a constant basis. You get reminded that you're not alone in so many ways with your experiences with other people, with people in the Sangha, with nature, with quote-unquote coincidences in your life, with sitting for satsang, watching Swamiji's YouTube videos. Anything becomes a divine interaction. Even if you hit your head, even if you stumble your toe, that's a message from the divine. So there's no question of being lonely in the path of sannyas. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You feel so full inside. So if you have that doubt, I hope I've addressed it. If you have further doubts, please ask questions, and I'm going to make a series of videos where I address different kinds of misconceptions about sannyas. I hope you watch them all. And thank you so much. Nithyanandam.